Hey, hello everyone. How are you? How are you today? Hello, Bets Boy. Hello, A3. Hey, you just made my day. You just made my day. I'm really happy for you. I'm really happy for you. What did you do, A3? Just share with us what was your play, what you were thinking, your entry, your exits. Tell me everything. I wanna know. I really wanna know. Hello, Diane. Hello, Alberto. Lilia. How are you? Hello, Michelle. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for joining. Hey, Kumar. Princess Daisy, where were you? We miss you the last past days. Hey, Theo, did you get zero? Yes. Why don't you get weeklies? Um, well, because my plays are short plays. I'm not looking for very long movements. I'm trying to take advantage of brief or small pullbacks. And when we have a move like this, I mean, I just try to squeeze it all, right? But even if we don't have like a move like this one, and it's just like a small pullback, just like this, that's why I choose same day expiration. Uh, Palma Vera, break, retest, kaboom. Where? Right here, right? Right here. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Hello, Aniket. Kao, Kumar, you took the same second trade as you here. 60%. That's great. I will take 60% every day. I will take 60% every day, right? Good job there. Good job. A3 break, retest, boom. That's all it takes. SPY trade, same as you. First one or second one? Still holding on a couple runners, so it was the second one. Great, great, great. I think A3. I think SPY is leaving a piece of the cake for tomorrow. It's not gonna get the gap fill today, and that's gonna be my play for tomorrow. Look at this. Actually, yeah. Actually, what is this? 673.93. That's a that's Look at it. That's an all-time high. That's a previous all-time highs. In my mind, and I'm not saying this is gonna happen. In my mind, tomorrow we are gonna get the gap fill. In my mind, if it's gonna happen. So SPY, just stop there and leave something for us tomorrow, please. Don't make me beg. Bets boy, same trade, same Kumar, yes, okay. Chandru, hello. Dia, Neto, I had a losing trade today. Took SPY puts 954. This trade did not work. I'm wondering why. I think that this was the battle zone, previous support resistance, and now support. Am I right? Give me 1 second. Hola, Barbara. Do you remember I asked you if it was Barbara or Barbara? it all depends if it's Hispanic, right? Declan, you paper traded second trade. Good. Hello, Misan. Neto, was that the 10-10 candle where the structure shift on SPY? Pre-market had a killer setup. Was that it happened before the open? Okay. Hello, Shoki. Hello, Angel. Lilia, Neto, could you please explain why did you take the second trade as it was previously? Yes. All right. Okay, guys. So let's get started. This one here, I want to explain this white box. All right. This white box was previous support on these days, October 30, 31, and November the 3rd. It was used as support, then it was used as resistance, support, and I was watching this. I was watching this area here. So just please type in the chat if you find this area relevant. If you understand why this area was so relevant today. This white box here. Please tell me in the chat if you understand why this area is super relevant. Okay. Kumar, yes. Aniket, previous all-time highs. No, it was not all-time highs. Close to, but not all-time highs. Yes, multiple touches on the daily chart. Yes. All right, okay. So now that we are all in agreement that this was the area to watch today, hey guys, what about the key levels that I've been sharing? Do you like the key levels that I've been sharing? Right to the T. Right to the T. Right to the T. Oh, I really love the key levels. I mean, the key levels have been killer, right? Have been killer. I'm glad that we have been nailing it with the key levels. So I hope that you are coming every pre-market. Just watch to my charts. They are not supposed to be copy paste, but they are supposed to be, I don't know, like some sort of guidance for you. Do you remember we talked yesterday about how my key levels are drawn according to my trading system? So instead of like instead of trying to get like resistance levels, I'm sorry, support levels, I'm trying to get resistance levels. So my key levels are pretty much for my trading style. So if you come every morning, guys, if you are new in the community or you have not been around for the past days, we started this past Monday, to share my SPY and QQQ charts something around 9 a.m. Eastern time. So half an hour before the market open, before the opening bell, you can come here and look for the posts on the channel, and you will see the charts. It's, again, these are key levels for my trading style, but I hope that if you are looking kind of the same thing than me, they are going to be very useful for you. All right. You're very welcome, Uday. You're very welcome. Okay. Okay, well, let's get started. I'm going back in the chat, see who was sharing their trades. Okay, Diane, 9:54. Let's go to the 1 minute. 9:54 here. Yes, I was watching this, Diane. Actually, yes. Actually, okay. What I was watching here, it's exactly this. If price reclaim this area here, this white box here, my trade was invalid, right? And that's exactly what happened here. I understand what you tried here. I really understand what you tried here. Like, this was the break and this was the retest of this area here, and you were looking for continuation to the downside. It just didn't happen, but that was a great trade idea. Diane. Yeah, so I mean, it just didn't work, but that was a good idea. Declan, 9:54 here. It's the same thing. All right. Aniket, Neto, 10 candle. 10 candle. 10 candle here. What about that candle? 10 candle where the structure shift on SPY. I think everything shift here on this area here, right? Actually, I was circling this area here because for me this was the reversal, right? I mean, you had a higher high, then you had a higher low. What are you expecting after this? A higher high. Maybe you had this small retracement. So here, somewhere around here was the break of structure, change of character, right? Somewhere around here. And that's why I took my second entry here, because I was watching this rejection of the previous day low, this rejection of the previous day low, this rejection of the opening price, the strong rejection to the downside, and I was watching this. I was waiting for the break of this white box, and here is exactly where I took my second trade. Why you didn't take the trade up here? Well, guys, we have been talking a lot about this. I pay for clarity, right? I know, I mean, my trade maybe was like 250% if I take it right here, but I'm not on the guessing business. I'm on the reacting business, all right? So what I was waiting here, it's also I was watching this kind of break and retest of this 1 minute, 5 minute opening range low and the rejection. So I was watching a lot of things here. Rejection of the previous day low, I love it. All right. Break and retest or rejection of this 5 minute opening range low, I love it. And then finally the break of this white area, that was my opportunity here. So I opened my position right here. My risk was at the top of the 5 minute opening range. Well, not at the top, right at the 5 minute opening range low, and everything here was just waiting. I took like half my position right here on the break of this pivot low on this 678 key level. I took more on the tag of this what is this 676.50. I took most of my trade right here. And for being honest, I was like super excited about this trade because I was like almost 100% on the overall of my trade. I mean, these are the contracts. Remember, guys, I mean, when I'm sharing this is not the overall of my trade. This is how much the last contracts or the contracts were at that time. So I took like 25% of my trade right here on these candles here. It was crazy. I mean, in these candles here, I took like one quarter of my position. So I was like 100% on the overall. So I was super excited and I decided to close my trade somewhere here. And I think it was this candle. Neto, but that was not the market structure. That didn't break the market structure. Yes, I know, but my emotions were kicking in and I prefer quality execution over, like over anything else. So I was getting too excited here. My last contracts went like 115%. And when I was watching these candles, these reactions here, right here at this 675.50, I said like, okay, well, probably we are not having the gap fill today. And actually it happened later in the day. So I didn't miss too much here. So I closed my position between 10.58 and 10.59. And I said like, okay, well, that's it. Because I didn't want to be executing my trade while super high on emotions. So that's why I closed that trade. And also, I already had this nice trade. This 40% on my contracts. That was amazing, right? I will take 40% every day. So this one here, 150% for my last runners, for my last contract. Well, it was not on runners. I was holding a lot of my position here. So yeah, so I decided to close my trade because I was running high on emotions. So yeah, so again, I prefer to execute well over, like having uh, bad behavior or bad execution just because I was on profit. So that's not the way I execute. Uh, all right. Uh, Noel, QQQ puts. Give me 1 second. Angel, trading for Liberty. SPY shorts 954. We already talked about that. Alex, 948. 948 here. Kind of the same idea than here, right? Then made another try. 1001. 1001. 1001 here. Okay. It will go lower when it broke. Alex, right here, you are, higher high, higher low. I think, yeah, I think this was not the best entry. I mean, I understand you were watching these rejections here. I don't know. I will wait a little bit more. One, for more information, or two, for no, you know what? I mean, this 1001 candle, I don't like it. If you told me like, oh well, I entered here 1002, I will understand why. But this 1001, you were just, I think you were chasing this. You were trying to anticipate this, right? Okay. I'm reading the chat, guys. I'm sorry if I'm taking it's just I waited too much, and now we have a lot of comments here. To do. Aniket, was 1010 candle where the structure shift? Oh, we already talked about that. QQQ puts. Aniket, I wanted to take the downside on the 1026 candle. 1026 candle here. That's my trade. Okay. I wasn't sure about the 1010 candle. 10 candle. Okay. If we break, we are shifting structure. Okay. Mr. Hans, I took puts 1004. 1004 here. Well, how to explain this, Mr. Hans? I mean, you were so close of this 678 key level, so you needed or entering here or waiting for the break of this. You needed more information here. 680 key psych level. Noel, when you are finished with SPY, can you comment on? Yes. Dian, it was a seller's trap because it didn't create a higher low. Yes. Alex. Okay, guys. So yeah, a lot of ideas here. I think this was the greatest opportunity for the break retest kaboom, or some to take longs here. Why? You are creating a higher high, a higher low, and this jump here, I want to show you. What was happening here on QQQ. All right, give me 1 second here. Right here. Okay, so as you can see here, QQQ was holding this 614 key level, 614 whole number, round number. Right here, it was 678. So again, or you took the rejection of this area here, because if you are right here trying to take this move to the downside, you needed a few things. Well, first you are chasing this move, right? So that's Probably that's the most important thing. You are chasing this move and you needed the break of this 678. So right here, you are creating a higher low. And what is expected after a higher low? Well, a higher high. So right here, if you enter here, your risk is just too much, right? It's the top of these two candles. So that's a lot of risk to take. That's why I wouldn't like this trade here at 1004, right? Not sure if you are all following me on the idea. Yeah, if I consider SPY 938, it was too early. Yes, it was too early. 938 right here. Yeah. All right, guys, let's go to QQQ. QQQ was in a very dangerous zone very early in the morning. It was entering into this gap fill. Why is this a gap fill? Well, this is, let's go to the 1 hour chart. This is well, let's go to the daily chart. Okay. So that was the gap fill or the gap on the daily chart, right? It was the gap up between Friday and Monday this week. So it was a huge gap. It was a huge gap. So we enter on this gap on the first candle of the day. Well, second candle on the day. First 5-minute candle of the day. So for me today, QQQ will be very bearish. The one thing to consider right here, is, remember, I don't consider SPY following QQQ, but I will consider QQQ following SPY. All right. So that's a different play. That's a different play, right? So I will be waiting for clear weakness on QQQ just because my expectation will be the gap fill. But I needed a good area or a good signal to watch. So right here, look at this. Right here, you had a nice drop right to this 613.18. 613.18. That was the previous all-time highs. That was a previous all-time high. So what are you waiting here? Well, you are waiting for reaction, just as we did, or just as we had. And then you will be waiting for another drop, right? Some reaction, but then another drop. And what I was waiting here, well, I was waiting for some sort of reaction right here at 6:15. 6:15, right here. 6:15. But we didn't have any good reaction here. I mean, we just, like, kind of were dancing around here, but we didn't have like a good reaction here. And what was happening with SPY at that moment? Well, SPY was actually bouncing hard, right? SPY was actually bouncing hard. So are we looking for weakness here? Yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah, maybe. That's the what is this, 954? But you guys were looking for the 1004, right? So the 1004 is kind of the same play than SPY. You needed the break of this area here, 678.50, and the retest maybe with some more displacement. That was the exact same thing here, 614.50. You needed like a better break, more displacements, some retest, but you didn't have it. You didn't have it, right? You didn't have it. So it just made as market structure to the upside, a higher high and then a higher low. So this was kind of expected. But then we had this nice rejection of previous day low. Do you remember I always tell you my favorite setup, it's the break and retest of the previous day low, right? So that's exactly what you have here. Look at this nice reaction here, nice rejection of previous day low. So this rejection is taking you right inside of the gap, right inside of the gap. So now what are you looking here? Now you are just looking for a nice entry opportunity. So what was the first nice entry opportunity? I think it was here. It was this resistance, then turned into support, then turned again into resistance. And also it was very close to this 616 area, this 616 area. So what are you waiting here? Well, you are waiting for the retest and then some confirmation to the downside. So you have this retest and the 2-second candles here were below this battleground zone. Below this battleground zone. So I really like this candle here, 1026. Why? Because it's breaking the top of all of these candles here and it's breaking this green candle here. So on the break of this candle here, I will open my position right here. And my first target, listen to this, because a few days ago, someone asked, like, Neto, I mean, it's great to understand your entries, but how will you manage your trade? So my first target here, guys, will be this 614 area that is this swing low. That will be my first target here. And I don't know, like maybe you had like 30%, 40% on this drop if you are trading same day expiration, right? So you had this break. Look at this really nice break of this area here. This 614 area was holding, and then you had another push, and this was my second area of interest, right? This 613.18 was a previous all-time high, and this was low of the day. This was low of the day. So I will take some more here, and then I will wait for the market structure to do its magic, right? So we had this retracement here to 614 and it was holding really nice, really nice. So for me, that was a second entry here. Actually, that was a second entry here. But if you already enter right here, you are holding your position here. And what is the next key level? 612.50, 612.50. Why? Because it's a half number, because it's a relevant key level. But look how well you broke this 612.50. So, okay, so now we broke 612.50. What are you waiting now? 612. I mean, once you start swiping these half numbers and round numbers, and you don't have anything but the gap fill and the 15-minute key level, it's right here, 606.80. Is it gonna look at this? Probably is gonna hit it today later, right? I think it's gonna hit it today later. So that's exactly what you are waiting. You already secured a lot of your position here because right here, look at this. If you enter right here on this second entry and you waited for the gap fill, you are already 1 to 6.5 risk reward ratio trade. So you are probably like 90% out of your position, right? So you are just holding runners, and what are you doing with your runners? In my case, I just have like, I don't know, like if I am like 100% here, I will wait for hit or the 50%, like I mean like a huge retracement, a huge pullback, or I will wait for the actual market structure to do its magic. So unless we break these higher highs, lower highs, lower lows, unless we break all these, I will wait for the 5-minute chart or the 15-minute chart to show me what is next. And look at this, it probably is going all the way to 606.80. So these were all of my entry opportunities that I watched here. Maybe you were watching this, but again, the one thing here is that you already had this higher high, higher low. So that's why I don't like this one here, because you don't know where it's gonna bounce. So it actually bounced here, but this is still a higher low, right? This is still higher low. So that's why this area was not for me. That's why this area was not for me. All right, let me go to the chat, guys. Jeff, I took Q's 1028. 1028. That was a killer trade. That was a killer trade, Jeff. You were waiting for the break and retest of this area here. That was a killer trade. Break and retest of 5-minute support, turn into resistance. Okay, transfer level to 1-minute chart and took the trade. Great. Where did you take your exits, Jeff? Can you share what you did here? If you were holding half your position to here, or you just close your trade here, if you can share what you did here, it will be amazing. It will be amazing. All right. Anyone took a different trade on Qs today? Guys, is my camera like flashing, like going in and out? One sec here. Okay. Yes. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. Okay, something like here. I just move it. I just move it, and probably it's that. I don't know what's going on. Sorry. Okay, it's good now. Okay. I mean, I will probably take out my camera. I mean, I don't know if you guys are watching me sometime. It's not useful for this session, right? Anyways, well, I'm gonna leave it there. But if sometime it's like, okay, well, the camera is off, probably I won't fix it. I won't fix it. Okay. Patel, the reclaim candle 1007. I noticed also the bullish crossover of the EMAs. Also, there was a nice break and retest on the 5-minute chart, 678. Oh, you're talking about the SPY. Okay. Jeff, 75%, 614.55, 614.55, something like here. Okay. And reminder 613.20. That was a great trade. That was a great trade. Congratulations there, Jeff. Uday, Nvidia puts. Okay, I'm gonna do it in a moment. Uday, my first trade was invalidated at 613 level. 613. All right. Okay, guys. So any questions here on QQQ? Any questions here on QQQ? Yes, no? If you type yes, I can give you a few seconds. Let's talk about Nvidia. All right, give me 1 second. Noel, can you check my trade? On PAL? What's PAL? Rajesh, pre-market recent high retest on QQQ 1016. 1016 here. To be price action on that. Guys, remember, English is my second language. So if you can't avoid like just letters and write the whole idea, I know some of them, but for example, what's a TBH? To be humble, something like that. Yeah, just Be patient with me. Be patient with me. Or that, to be honest, okay, to be honest, okay. It was similar. It was sorry about that, but that's why I ask you to, like, try to avoid these acronyms unless they are like trading related, right? Like uh, PDH for previous day high, PML for pre-market low. But if yeah, remember, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. Okay. Okay. So there's a few people asking for the first trade on SPY. Just let me go back to here. Well, I was looking at this weakness. Can you see market structure to the downside since the pre-market? Then we broke previous day low. We kind of retested here on the pre-market, and here it was actually below the pre-market low. So I was looking for lower highs, lower lows. So right here, I was looking for the retest of this white box here, this area here. We already talked about this area here. The previous support turned into resistance here. So I watched this candle here, 939. I really like it. I know this was 940, kind of on the edge of my rule of waiting 10-15 minutes, but this was looking super weak, and I really like this candle here. So I just took this one here, and I was aiming to 677.50, but I mean, we never got it. But on these candles here, I took some of my position. Actually, I took like 40 or 40% on this candle here, and then I took like 20% on these candles here. And then when we were going back, I took some more on this candle, and I closed my position on this candle here. I closed everything at 951. Yeah, do you remember once I hit 25-30%, I moved my stop loss to break even on the contracts. So, but basically what I was trying here is this placement retest of this white box here, this white area here. That's why I took my trade on the next candle. Neto, but this is very close, very close to low of the day. I know, but that's one of the rules that I don't have for when taking puts, right? When taking puts, I just don't care to be very close to low of the day when I'm taking puts. This is different for when I'm taking calls, right? This is different for when I'm taking calls. I don't like to buy close to high of the day, but when I'm taking puts, that's enough for me. Kumar, Neto, I didn't understand why wouldn't you take the second retest of the same area as your first trade here? Yeah, no, I just said I said I will take it, but here, I mean, the one thing here is you are creating a higher low, right? So you broke this 678.74, and then you are coming back, and here you are having a higher low. So that's why I wouldn't take a trade somewhere around here. I will need more information here. And I already took this trade, right? That's why I mean I don't know if I will take this one here. But just as I said, I mean, this is, I don't know, like, I mean, maybe thinking about it again. I mean, maybe like somewhere around here on the break of this 678.73, or where will you take it, Kumar? 678.50, 678.50. I don't know. look at this candle here. I mean, yes, we had the second candle like a strong rejection here, but I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't take this. I'm not sure. It just I will say like a spidey sense here, but probably that's not enough, right? Uh, yeah, maybe, and I'm not saying this, but maybe something like this will be fine. Something something like this, I will be taken. Like almost the retest of this 679, almost a retest of this area here. Second candle breaking with authority and strength this 678.73 key level. Yeah, probably this is an opportunity here. I just okay. Well, maybe yeah, maybe yes here, or even here, right? But the break of this key level here. The one thing that I don't like here, what is it? I don't know. It's my spidey senses didn't like that. 954, something like that. 953 showed the price came down after the rejection, same area. Yeah, so somewhere around here, right? This 954 or this 1001. Yeah, it's the same rejection of the same area. The break of this daily chart key level. Yeah, maybe you are right. I mean, maybe I think I would like more this one here, but for some reason, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why, but I don't like it. I don't like it. It's like something on the structure. I don't know what is it, but I don't like it. The second one I also wouldn't like because of the higher low. Yeah, because of this, right? All right. Let's go to the tech names, guys. Tech names. What about AMD? AMD is showing a lot of strength. A lot of strength. I really like this break and retest of the 5-minute opening range high. And this is, look at this. This is something that I was watching on the Scarface Discord. Some people say like, okay, well, this is a strong break, and this is just like a bull flag, right? Some retest over this 5-minute opening range, but again, you are not having any displacement. So this is immediate retest. Do you like immediate retest? That was a great entry for you. That was a great entry for you. Are you one of my team that you like the displacement, the physical separation from the key levels? This was your entry. This was your entry, right? The break, displacement, and good retest of this 5-minute opening range, and then this second candle going with a lot of strength to the upside. Where will you take it? Well, probably somewhere around here, 254.33. It's the top and the bottom of these candles. This area here. That will be the area that I like on this strong reaction here. Buyers stepping in. And what will be my first targets? Well, my first target will be maybe this 257. It's a 1 to 2.9 risk reward rate to trade. And actually you got it like 5 minutes later. But then after this hit, after this tag, I like this one, the pre-market high. Is that the pre-market high? Yes, the pre-market high, 258.24. And then you had a second entry here. That was the break, displacement, and retest of this high of the day. So if you guys were looking for opportunities on AMD, and what about AMD and the indices? Okay, look at this. AMD was showing a lot of relative strength, right? even when when AMD had this drop, if oh you can see, right, because of my huge face here. Okay, right here. Okay, even when you had this drop just as the indices, this drop on AMD was not as heavy as the one on the indices. So once AMD started recovering, even with this candle here, what is this candle here? 951. This 951 indices were kind of showing this recovery here. This recovery here, this recovery here, creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So that's why I really like this trade here, because AMD was showing a lot of relative strength, but you need it right here. You need it right here. You need it right here, a strong rejection. And what was happening with the indices? Well, the indices were, drowning again. Indices were heading lower again. But look at this. Look at this nice, strong reaction here. So if you are a trader that like to pick the names with the relative strength, this was your name. This was your name, all right? Would you never take AMD because QQQ was down, right? Well, that's one thing that's the one thing that I'm saying, right? I like to take tech names when they are fully aligned with the indices. So if AMD, I'm sorry, if SPY and QQQ were heading lower, I will take puts on any name that is showing relative weakness. If SPY and QQQ are heading higher, I will take any name with relative strength on calls, right? That's kind of my rule for the tech names. I like to take trades completely and fully aligned with the market direction. So if my name is starting to cool off a little bit, the market can kind of push it higher, right? Does it make sense, Betsboy? Barbara? All right. Okay, so that was AMD. What's going on? What's going on with Amazon? Amazon, guys, had kind of the same thing. Let me show you. Amazon was the same thing. 957, 954. Amazon had the same context, the same structure that than QQQ and SPY. Do you remember we talk a lot about this fake move, this kind of retest of this white area on SPY, some sort of rejection? So Amazon was following, and something that I really like was that it was actually retesting pre-market low and the 5-minute opening range low. So these rejections here, I really like them because they were aligned to the indices. It just didn't happen. It just didn't work. But what about later? Well, later when the indices finally broke down, okay, do you see the crosshair? Guys, do you see the crosshair? Amazon has 0 volume all the way down to 230, probably. Yeah, so when this should not be considered the 84% rule, all right? Why? Because first, it happened like 1 hour later. And the 84% rule usually show itself like a few minutes later, right? But here we broke a structure and we had a change of character. So this is not an 84% rule. However, it's kind of the same idea, right? It's not the 84% rule, but it's the same idea. So you have this break this placement and retest of this pre-market low, 5-minute opening range low. Do you see here? Do you see here? Break this placement, retest, a lot of retest here. So when you finally break this congestion, this crowded area, you can open your position here. And what was going on with SPY and QQQ? They were just melting on that exact candle. So what you were trying here, it's taking a trade aligned to the indice's trend, right? What is the 84% rule? Don't worry about that today, Rajesh. I'm going to explain later in the week. Well, later in the week, it's going to be tomorrow. But don't worry about the 84% rule. That's something that the people that comes from the Scarface community uses a lot. It's basically that when this same idea just presents itself a few minutes later and it's holding market structure and everything, it's just like you took an early entry, but it's showing the same market structure and everything, so you took the same trade, but it needs to be on the next minutes. So and market structure should be intact. But here you broke the structure, you changed character, but this is the very same idea. It's just not the 84% rule. All right. So yeah, I mean, don't worry about that. It's just a term that people use in a community. Okay. And then guys, we had this break, this placement retest of what? This order block. This order block, I really like this order block. So you had this retest and then strong rejection. And what are you doing here? Why are you waiting here? Well, you are waiting for momentum. All right. So you have a strong rejection here. You have strong rejection here. And also you are breaking low of the day. Well, the previous low of the day, right? So this is a really nice opportunity here. What's going on with the indices? Well, the indices were pulling back a little bit, but they were keeping market structure to the downside. So you can enter into this position here. What happened later? Well, it actually went way lower. All right. So this was a really nice trade. This was a really nice trade. All the way to 239 maybe. Look at this. It was a 1 to 3.7 risk reward rate to trade. I think this was a really nice trade. And Amazon was following the QQQ and SPY trend. All right. Tony talks about it in his videos, but it sounds complex and confusing. Hope you break it down in simple terms. Rajesh, it's basically the same opportunity a minute later with market structure intact. So actually something like this. No, well, this is not because you have a higher high here. So this is not keeping market structure. So that's why this will not be an 84% rule. But yeah, it's basically kind of the same opportunity or the same trade idea just a few minutes later with market structure intact, right? I think, are you on the accelerator or any of the Scarface communities? If you are, yeah, basically a quick reclaim. Yes. If you are, just tag me on any of the communities, Rajesh, and I will send you their video. All right. They have a video for the 84% rule. Okay. Well, guys, let's go to NVIDIA. So we fill the gap really early in the morning. So this was kind of the same thing than QQQ, right? So we actually, can you see market structure to the downside on the pre-market? Market structure to the downside on the pre-market. Okay. And now you fill the gap, you had some sort of reaction, you came back, retested this order block, the edge of the gap. So I really like this one here. Oh, come on. Again, 954, it was the same trap for most of the names. It was the same trap for most of the names. I will try to open a position here and I will be fake by this price action here, this price action here, this price action here. It's the same thing. Later in the day, what happened? We had kind of a, this is not like super clear, but this is similar to Head and Shoulders break and retest and drop. Similar. It's, but I mean, do you see that idea here? Do you see that idea here? You got stopped on Nvidia twice. You were trying something like this. Rajesh, you are in the wolves. Well, I'm gonna explain you. You just send me a DM on Discord, or just tag me on the wolves community, Rajesh. I'm gonna send you something different, right? I'm gonna send you something from Mr. Banks, right? Don't worry. Yeah. Okay. So Nvidia here, guys. So this 954, that was the same trap than in the indices. So you were stopped out maybe a few minutes later. But look at this. Nvidia was showing the exact same trend, the exact same thing than the indices. All right. So it tried to recover, it tried to reclaim key levels, it started following, it started falling, and then you had this break and retest of this same order block here. So I know there's no so much displacement here, but do you understand why I was like drawing the kind of, you know, like Head and Shoulders break and retest of this area here? It was something like that. That's why I like it. But I mean, I have not been trading Nvidia since a while. But anyway, it was following SPY and QQQ trend. That's why I like it a lot. And then later in the day, you had this break, displacement retest of this swing low, and then later in the day, break and retest of this low of the day. All right. So you had several opportunities for Nvidia after the first fake out. But anyway, so who took Nvidia today? 954 was a new lower high. That Barbara, that's exactly the trap we talk on SPY, the trap we talk on QQQ, and I think, well, not AMD, but yes, in Amazon, and now in Nvidia, and you took it. Okay. Neto, I drew out Pips and took a trade on Nvidia 937. I don't know how to play with Pips. 937 here, and you went out 942. That was a great trade. If you were in puts, right? I got into the trap. That is where I back lost right here, 954. Yeah, that was the trap. All right, guys, let's go to Tesla. That's gonna be the last name for today. Tesla was also showing a lot of weakness since the pre-market. So you open, and it starts. It starts dropping since the very first minutes. So what do you have here? 941. It's a break, retest, rejection of this 421.88 key level on the daily chart, this 1 minute opening range low. So you may open your position right here at the bottom of all these candles, of these 3-4 candles. And where you should be aiming here? Well, first target first target will be maybe this 417 right here, and actually it's this support and then turn into resistance area right here, right? 417. But that will be your first target. So if that was your first target, what is this? It was a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade. So what happened 415? That was kind of the next relevant key level. It was a 1 to 3.2 risk reward ratio trade. I love it. So right here, so you have nothing but a strong drop to this key level here, and then from one key level to the other, 411.45. Look at this nice drop to from one key level to the other, right? These key levels are very strong because these are from the daily chart. That's why you have strong reactions right here, right? Strong reactions right here, strong reactions right here. So once you come back here, you have this retracement where to 416, and also it was this small baby order block here. So you had another drop here. Anyone took Tesla today? I think this was what Jack took this morning, right? You took puts, that's why. Oh, for the previous. Okay, Big Brother. So yeah, so this was Jack's trade today, right? Do you remember, guys? I I think it was. It's just I don't have my Discord open, but give me 1 second here. J-Dub, yes sir. Tesla, he opened. Okay. Something like here on this. Well, actually, I think it's that same candle. It's I don't know. Well, that yeah. Barbara, you took 936. Wow. 936. Well, the good thing it worked, but why would you take this 936? It's super early. And guys, don't do this on Tesla. Don't do this on Tesla. Tesla, wait for reactions. Wait for reactions. It's super aggressive. You know how it works. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Just so be patient with Tesla. Tesla gives a lot of powerful moves, but don't try to guess the move. React to the move. React to the move. All right. So, guys, that was all for today. I hope that you got a lot of value from this stream. I really thank you guys. I really thank you when you share your wins with me on my email, on the website, on Discord. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing your wins with me. You are making your wins my wins. Thank you very much. So if you have more questions about your trades, if you want some feedback about your entries, your exits, or anything trading related, just come to the live stream or send me your questions to the email. I'm not promising you that I'm gonna reply on the email saying, oh, well, you could do this or that. But if you send me an email before the session, I can take a look to it and speak about your trade on the live stream, and you just watch the recording, right? Guys, thank you very much. We are 1,060 people in the community. So if you want the charts keep coming on the mornings, please remember to leave some love there, a like or a comment that what are you doing there. I had an improvement idea from Kevin Sorbanelli yesterday. Happy trades from Charleston or something like that. It's his name here, about the price tags. I'm not sure. I'm not sure this is gonna work well. Where is it? It's right here. The price level. So basically, he's saying that we should have something like this. Do, do you like it more? Do you like it more like having a price tag like this, or we just leave the how we are doing right now? This is gonna be a bit of more work. I mean, not too much, but nothing special. So, what do you think about these price tags instead of just lines on the chart? Probably should be something like this. Price tag. Is it better? It's just I think they are kind of confusing. No. Yeah, I don't like them either. Uh, but well, I mean it's it's just it was just an idea. It was just an idea. Again, this is just for letting you know that I read your feedback, that I read your recommendation, that I read your emails, that I read your messages. So if you have any improvement idea for the channel, for the live stream, for the chart, you just let me know. All right, guys, thank you very much. You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I don't know why I. Sorry about that. Wait there. I don't know why I have some dislikes on the videos. Yeah, it's just crazy. I was watching that for the past month of the videos, and we actually have some dislikes of the videos. So haters, yeah, I don't know what's no, you know what? I'm not sure if they are just making a mistake there. Yeah, no, I don't mind it. I know there's a lot of people, like with very positive vibes and everything. It's just like, guys, watch out if you if you click on the like or the dislike. All right, I will get to the bottom of it. Thank you. All right, so guys, thank you for being here every day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.